Okay, so let's continue. Without further ado. I really do love the overly dramatic door opening animations in these games. Okay, creepy looking room. Good atmospheric noise in the background. Oh, here we go. And just to sort of illustrate something here, just to help us understand. So if you look very, see those nice sort of dotted shiny lights going in towards the site of grace there. That's what it was referring to when we looked at this. You can find sites of grace by going where light converges. So as we continue to play through the game, that's what we want to watch out for. So the sites of grace can be quite hidden sometimes, but those lights get much more obvious and large outside. So I just wanted to point that out now while we're here. This is looking quite interesting. What is this? Let's just have a quick rest. Get our flasks and health back. Again, we'll start looking at that menu properly when it's time. I think for now we'll just carry on. But this looks quite interesting. Clearly we can't go that way yet. Use stone sword key. No stone sword key in inventory. Now, I don't know if you remember, dear viewer, but when we were choosing our gifts, one of the gifts we could choose was a stone sword key. But we don't have one right now. So let's add another little note here. Maybe we'll add another one called, what's this place called? Stranded Graveyard, I believe. Maybe I should do this all in one note. I think that would probably be better, wouldn't it? Let's do it this way. Otherwise we're going to have to click around loads of places. So there's a stone sword key here. We'll just put near Grace site. Lovely. I do like this, the notes feature in Steam. Very cool. Very handy. We haven't got a stone sword key yet, so we can't use that. I did want to just actually, this is something, we'll try that again, right? Just cause. So see this message is on screen. That will stay there now until you press a button. And it's caught me out before where, hang on, is it still a thing? Maybe it's not a thing anymore. Where I'd be chased by an enemy and yeah, it's still the same. You can't attack. I'm hitting those buttons and nothing's happening. So you just have to press any of the face buttons and it makes the message go away. But yeah, caught me out. I was wondering why I couldn't fight before when I've been stuck with an enemy chasing me or whatever. It's because you need to dismiss those messages. Quite annoying. Anyway, pillage remains. Cooperative multiplayer. Use the tarnished furled finger to write a gold summon sign. Cooperative multiplayer will begin once you have been summoned by a player from another world. You will take the role of an ally, called a furled finger, and your objective is to defeat the area boss. The compass at the top of the screen indicates the direction of the summoner, who will be called the host of fingers. It's amazing how they call things such weird names. But so we got an item called a finger severer and a tarnished furled finger. So let's have a quick look at those. Creates a summon sign. So the furled finger creates a summon sign for cooperative multiplayer. And the finger severer sends another or oneself home. So we can use that to... So if you're a host of fingers, you can select one of your summoned players and send them back to their world, or use when you have been summoned to return to your own. Right. This phantom blade severs the link formed by the furled finger, but the maiden scorn those who abuse its use. I think that's a little hint that if you quit too many multiplayers, they sort of put you into a different matchmaking pool or something. I have no idea how it works. But basically, do multiplayer if you want to do it. Don't quit out on people. Just help them. Right, what's this room? There's a switch here. Looks like I can't interact with it. My guess is it's for this elevator. And if I did this, send it up. Oh dear, we missed the lift. We'll be able to use this in a moment to call it back down. Let's have a quick look, see if there's any secrets in here. Doesn't look like. It's always worth, another thing I'm just going to give you as a pro tip for nothing, is that this is the sort of game where you do get things called illusory walls, which are things you can hit. It looks like a wall until you hit it and it disappears, and then there's a pathway there. I can't remember where any of them are off the top of my head. We might not even see any during this whole Let's Play. But I just wanted to mention it. You just got to watch out for those. You never know where they're going to be. It is handy playing online, because a lot of players will leave messages in front of them. A lot of players also leave messages trolling you, saying there's a fake wall when there isn't. So yeah, that's something to bear in mind as well. We're at the top of the lift. If we don't hit the big switch in the middle to go back down again, off we go. Lands between, here we come. Although it should be quiet because I'm trying to play it like it's our first time. Oh boy. Limgrave. What a view, eh? What a view. So, lots of stuff here to look at, lots of interesting things drawing our attention. We can see down there straight ahead of us is a site of grace. Hopefully you can see, look, the lines beaming into it are a little bit more obvious when you're outside, nice and long. So we can keep an eye out for those as we go. It also looks like there's a person standing down there. We're going to go over there and have a look at them in a minute. But I just want to try and give you an indication of just how big this game is, right? Like, it doesn't matter which way we go. There's a lot of stuff that way. If I run over here, how much stuff have we got this way? Oh, we'll just do a little loop of this building we've just come out of. Hang on. Oh, look at that cool statue. The sun's there. The big gold tree, of course. It's just dominating. If we look over here, oh, look, there's a cool island over there. Looks like it's got something on it. Boats crashed over there. More stuff down there. There's a whole beach area. Very interesting. Let's go and have a look over this way. Oh, look, some more flowers. Let's grab those. There's also some birdies chilling here. Shall we see if we can get them? We got him. Oh, he's dropped something. A flight pinion. Can have a quick look at that. Material used for crafting, found by hunting birds. Commonly used for arrow fletchings. Interesting. We haven't got a bow yet, but we'll definitely be interested in trying one out as soon as we can. Yeah, look, there's more beach down there. There's these huge pillars. Ruined building over that way. It's just a lot of... There's just a lot, right? More wildlife. He's a bit quick, this guy. I don't know if we'll be able to get them until we've got something like a bow. But we'll let them run off for now. And what else have we got over this way? Even more. So yeah, it's a big game. And it can be quite overwhelming in terms of choosing where to go. For sure. Lots of... What are those things down there? Like crucifixes? They look like they got people on. Oh, there's some massive bat-looking things. Let's just chill for now. I want to try and get one of these little... See if we can stay... He's not looking... Oh no, he's turned around. Stay still. They look too smart. They look like they're clever enough that they spot you. These little weird squirrel dudes. See if we can get this guy. Got him. Sorry, mate. It's for science. Look at that blood. Jesus. Feel a bit bad. And look at him. He's quite cute. Thin beast bones. Material used for crafting. Found by hunting beasts. Commonly used to make disposable weapons. Interesting. So we'll find out some more about that soon. Yeah, what else have we got? I can see an item there. There's also this guy. There's like a church in front. And look, can you see this guy walking up the hill? Interesting. Most of the creatures we will see in this game will be hostile. So that's just a little warning. Most things are evil. A good way to test whether something is a threat, though, is to try and lock on. So this guy in front of us, I'm pressing the lock on button, it's not doing anything, which indicates to me he's at least friendly in as much as I can talk to him. So we'll see what happens. Oh, I'm sure there's supposed to be another thing that happens. Or maybe it's once I'm sure there was like a tutorial that tells you about something, but it must be once I light this grace site. So let's do that. Ah, yes. So the guidance of grace. So grace exists to guide the tarnished and lead them along the proper path. Even now, some sites of grace retain that power. Their golden rays will guide you along the way. So, you can see now we've got this little... Can you see it just floating in the sky above us? That's the guidance of grace. Show us the proper path, whatever that means. But, you know, we've got this whole map. We can go anywhere we want. Never forget that. You can follow this if you want. And this is kind of what we're going to follow it for now. We'll see what happens. But let's talk to this chap here. Oh, the map. Use the map to check your position, as well as the terrain and surrounding structures. You can update your map with new information by finding map fragments at steels along the road. I had to look up the word steels while I was writing my script for this. We'll see a steel soon. You can also... Oh, is it steely? I think it's steely, actually. Anyway, you can also use the map to freely place beacons of light to serve as landmarks as you explore. So that's cool. Let's just have a quick look at that before we talk to this character. Wrong button. So here's our map. You can see sort of Stranded Graveyard. That's the location we just came out of. These are the grey sites that we touched in there. So we've got 2. That's fine. And then you can't quite make out. I think there's a cat down. We run over here a bit. Hopefully. There you go. You can see this little yellow thing is me and showed me I'm pointing in this direction. And then we've got another one here. And then this yellow light here is a representation of that Guidance of Grace. So the Guidance of Grace is quite good. It basically just points you a straight line to your next objective. It might be another grey site. It might be a cool location to explore. Might be a boss. We don't know until we get there. But let's go and talk to Vare and see what he's going to say. Oh, no, wait. There's one more thing I want to say. So the map. It's not very useful right now. You can see... It's funny that this part of the map is revealed, isn't it? I wonder why that is. Anyway, it did say we can follow the roads to find a steel. I can't see anything here that it would be of interest yet, but maybe what we'll do is we'll follow this light and then we'll follow this road, see if we can find a map. I think that's probably a good first port of call. We'll chat to this guy here and see what's what.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
Oh, interesting. Do you have anything else to say?
For you, however,
Oh.
there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you.
Yeah, we were talking about that just now.
You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel.
Interesting.
Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you, tarnished, to the path you are meant to follow.
Cool.
Even if it leads you to your grave.
Oh. That was a bit sinister all of a sudden, wasn't it? I'm guessing that at some point there wasn't that tutorial message we saw that told us about the Guidance of Grace, and we were supposed to talk to him to get that little nugget of information. But that's interesting. Has he got anything else to say?
Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly, to Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff.
Oh, that's what that castle's called.
Decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted.
Oh.
It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you.
Okay.
If you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are.
Okay. So my one pro tip.
Time you set off
Yeah,
to
he's just
Castle
repeating himself now. So definitely make sure when you find an NPC like this, you just talk to them until they repeat themselves. Because they often have more to say than just the first line. And you can miss stuff that way. So just be persistent, be curious, find everything you can out. Right, it started raining, it's gone a bit dark. I'm wondering what the time is. It's early day still, so you can see at the bottom right there, we've got a clock. Time of day, mainly, it does change a few things, day and night. Rain also has an effect on combat, like for example, like lightning is stronger in the rain, fire is weaker in the rain. And in the nighttime, the enemies can't see as far, and there's some enemies that only appear at a certain time of the day and stuff like that. That's just a little pro tip for you again there. But let's crack on. We're going to pick up this little item here, since this is shining, just to talk about this real quick. Summoning pools. In each area, you may find effigies of martyrs. These effigies are summoning pools. You'll find it easy to summon other players at these locations, as co-op and hostile summoning sites created with small effigies gather at summoning pools. Very weird way of explaining it, but it's just given us this item here. So a small golden effigy. Now, throughout our time playing this game, we will find more of these things, and we can activate them. I'm not going to activate this one just yet. But what they function as is a place that if I use that item, where's he gone again? So if I put him, here he is, we'll just put him in my slot. If I use this item, it will ask me if I want to put down, I can't do it right now because I'm offline, but it'll say, do you want to send your sign to the summoning pools? And then any of these statues I've interacted with, my summon sign will appear in front of those. So I could, if I activate this, my summon sign will appear here, and then throughout the game as I find more of these guys, usually in places just before bosses, you can use one of these, and it'll just mean it gives you an easier way to go and help other people do multiplayer. So once we've done a little bit of this and we start we'll put online on for a little while, I'll use it so we can see how that works. But for now, let's continue. Now, the Guidance of Grace is pointing us. Can I get back up this way? Doesn't look a little bit too high to jump. It's pointing in a straight line pretty much towards that church. So we'll go that way, I think. Let's just be careful because I don't trust this guy one bit. He looks rather large and scary. So we'll use our best stealth abilities. I don't want to push my luck. I think if you were a truly new player, you would maybe have a go at this guy, but I have played a FromSoft game before, and I know a guy that big is going to be mean. He'll probably kill me in one hit if I'm not careful. So we're just going to sneak by. We'll use the tall grass to hide. Hopefully, the stealth is pretty forgiving in this. The enemies usually have a point where they stop and look at you, if you're sort of stood up, and you get a moment to sort of crouch and run off again. But I think we got away with it. He's going back down there. We're good. So this is that church. Oh, and if I look ahead real careful, I can just see some gold beams going through the walls. The Guidance of Grace that we heard about so much. And the light converging. Oh god, this is one of those crucifixes. Golden... Oh, have you dropped that? Oh dear. So here we go. Another grace site, the Church of Elleh. Elleh? And over there we've got a suspicious looking character. We'll try and lock on. Not working. He should be friendly. Can we see this guy again? Where's he gone? I was going to say, does my lock on work on this guy from here? Oh yeah, look, from here. So, just be careful we don't get spied, because that could be dangerous. But cool, we found another site of grace. Let's light this one. Let's see what we've got going on here. Fast travel to sites of grace. Through your map, you can instantly travel to any sites of grace that you've discovered. However, there are some dungeons and other areas where this cannot be done. So generally there's a rule, like when you're in a dungeon that you haven't completed before, you can't warp out. You have to run back to the start if you want to leave. Yeah, there's some other... I don't fully understand how it works, but you'll be able to tell because when you come to your map like this, all the sites of grace have a little red line through them. But anyway, we're good for now. It stopped raining already, so that's nice. So let's go and say, who's this? Hello, sir.
You're a tarnished.
That's correct.
I can see it, but I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Elleh, purveyor of fine goods.
Cool. Here we go. He's got a little menu. Oh, we can ask about him. Let's have a look at that.
I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
Oh, man. You got a recommendation for us?
No, if you can spare the rooms, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own.
Sounds good.
Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all.
Sweet. Okie doke. So let's see what he's got for sale. So, shop menu. You can spend runes to purchase various items. You can also sell items for runes. Each merchant stocks a different variety of items for purchase. Sweet. Pretty basic. So we can see we've got a lot of stuff here. I've only got, if we look right at the very top of the screen, I've only got 600, which is not very much. Well, we got throwing daggers. Cool. Telescope. Nice. Fur calling finger remedy reveals co-op signs. So if we want to summon someone else, we've got to use this to make their summon signs appear. So that's quite interesting. Cracked pots. We talked about them earlier. So we can craft throwable items. There's the crafting kit. 300? Not too bad. I'm tempted to say let's just buy that. So let's buy that because he did recommend it. Unfortunately, we're really low on money, but I've just remembered we do want to buy a few bits of these. I definitely want to get the telescope. That'll help us scout out things because I want to just be careful. Don't want to rush into any danger. Then we've got these cookbooks. So they're quite cool. They teach us crafting recipes. If you press your switch display button to see this bigger picture, it shows you what you can learn. So look, this one's bone arrow fledged, and bone bolt. That one lets us make glowstones, invigorating cured meat. I don't even know what these things are at this point, right? A holy water pot and a roped holy water pot. Cool. We can buy some arrows, bolts for crossbows, a torch. That is going to be essential, I think, because we will find some dark areas. Different set of armor, chain armor. That looks pretty good. It is a little bit disappointing when I just complain a little bit here is that you can't see this versus your current armor, which I always find a little bit annoying. So you can't tell until you've bought it whether it's better or not, without doing some sort of coming out of the screen, going back into the screen. It's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. We've got pretty good armor, I think, for now, so I'm not worried about that. And what are these? Notes. Note imparts knowledge in brief. A note sold by the merchant contains information about a flask of wondrous physic. Further details are only available to paying customers. Not the same thing here. Contains information about waypoint ruins. So we can buy these things to get some little hints about some stuff to go and investigate, I guess. Cool. We might come back and get those. So for now, what I'm going to do is sell. We've got, so that's our Lands Between rune that we started with. That's 3,000. That's pretty good. And we found that golden rune too just a minute ago, which is worth 400. So you can sell these things directly to these guys like this. But you can also use them like consumable items if you ever wanted to. But I find it's easier to just sell a lot of the time. So we'll sell that. Now we've got a lot more money. So let's buy ourselves telescope for sure. Let's buy the cracked pot for sure. Oh, they're 300 each. Oh, dang. Let's buy all of them. That's fine. Fur calling finger remedy we'll leave for now. I think we can craft that. It's a bit annoying because it hasn't told us that I think we've already got some crafting recipes. So before we buy anything else, I do have two. Oh, we're going to buy the torch definitely. So let's get that. Should we buy these little hints? How much have we got? We've got 2,100. These things all cost 2,000 together. Let's just come back out and we'll have a look to see what we can craft already.
I'm glad you took my warning to heart. You've made an excellent choice.
No worries, Carly. Thanks, mate. Item crafting. You have a crafting kit, you can make various items. You can learn to craft more items by finding cookbooks. So that does imply... Oh, crackpots. You need crackpots or other containers to craft certain items. You'll not be able to make more of those items than you have containers. Containers will run out with use, but the containers themselves... Sorry, container items will run out with use, but the containers themselves will remain. So hopefully we can demonstrate that in a minute. But now we've got an item crafting menu. Yeah, look, there's a few things we can craft by default. So we can craft a fire pot, throw at enemies to inflict fire damage. It sounds cool. So we need some mushrooms for that. We also need some smouldering butterflies. And again, if you look carefully, you can see It's telling us where we find these things. Thrives in dark, damp thickets, found near wildfires. So that's quite cool. What else have we got? A roped fire pot. Throw behind to inflict fire damage. Bone darts. They sound quite good. We can make those with beast bones. Rower raisins. On horseback, feed to torrent to restore HP. Oh, slight spoiler there, everybody. We're going to get a horse called Torrent. We saw him in the intro, didn't we? Rainbow stone. Shines with a coloured light when placed, serving as a guide. These are quite good, actually. And in fact, aren't these the ones... I'm sure they have another purpose. Oh, here we go, yeah. So, let's see. A ruined fragment has undergone some simple processing. Stones such as these shine with the colours of the rainbow, making them useful markers when placed on the ground. So we can use them if we're getting, exploring some caves and it's a bit confusing. We can drop them to mark where we've been before. But we can also drop to gauge the distance of a fall. The higher the pitch of the sound, the higher the likelihood of the fall being fatal. That's quite good. What do we need for those? A thing called a ruin fragment. Found near the remains of fallen ruins. And actually, I sort of glossed over those, but we've seen quite a few of those already. Oh, here we go. The fur calling finger remedy. So if we want to see summon signs, we need some earthly flowers, which are found throughout the lands between. So we'll start looking for pickups to try and make some of that stuff.
What is it? Silver?
I think we should. Let's have a look. Because we've got money and we might as well spend it, is my thought. So there's a big shield there, large leather shield. It looks quite nice. The only thing I'm thinking is it's got 91 physical negation, but it does, I think, have higher negation on some of the other things than my current shield. But I don't think we need to worry about that. We're not fighting a tough boss that's got like loads of fire attack or lightning attack or anything that we need to worry about. So let's buy these other recipes. So we'll get bone arrows, we'll get some glowstones and invigorating meats from there, and we'll get holy pots that we'll be able to make. So that's quite interesting. Let's buy each of those. We don't have quite enough to buy these cool hints, but maybe we'll come back at some point once we've got a bit of money again.
Nice to do business.
Thanks, Scarlet. And then we'll check out this thing, I guess. What's this? Aha. At a smithing table, you can spend runes and smithing stones to strengthen your armaments. Somewhere in the lands between, you may meet a blacksmith who can make your armaments even stronger. Okay, cool. So we've got a smithing stone there on the top for us. And we can use the smithing table. So we've only got two options. So let's have a look. Strengthen armament. With this menu, spend runes and smithing stones to strengthen armaments. You can strengthen them up to +3 at a smithing table. Somewhere in lands between, you may be a blacksmith. Fine. So at the moment, you can see... Well, we can't do anything. Everything's red because we haven't got enough runes to pay for these upgrades. And then even just by here... Come on, mouse. There we go. You see, this is showing us that if I wanted to upgrade my longsword, I'd need a smithing stone rank 1. And I need 2 of them, but I've only got 1 at the moment. Over this side of the screen, we'll look at this again when we do it, but this sort of gives you a quick overview of how it's improving. So you can see the damage will change from 110 to 116. These numbers on the side here we'll talk about a bit more when we actually get to that, because there's a lot. It's a lot. You don't need to worry when you're first starting, but we will need to worry once we start leveling up. But cool. All right, let's leave that for now, because we can't do that yet. So then I guess the question is where to go next. Well, if we look at the Guidance of Grace, it's pointing us this way, so let's go and see. We'll try and grab some items for crafting as well as we go. Like, look at this nice bright orange flower. He looks good. Oh, that's our earthly flower. Pro tip, if it's a new item, you get a nice big picture like this the first time you pick it up. So if we go and let's just have a little look, see if it's got any juicy gossip. A dusky yellow flower started to fade to brown. Material used for crafting is said to be fed by leaves that fell from the earth trees in days of antiquity. Cool. Some more flowers over there. Oh, what's that on the top of that hill? That looks pretty cool. So, this is going to happen. Oh, look, there's a mushroom as well. So this is going to happen when you play this game. All right, and we're going to just talk a little bit about like how do you choose where to go in this game. So we've got our Site of Grace here, which is telling us very clearly to go in this direction. And then as you play, things like this will happen where, you go to pick up a flower and you're like, what is that up there? That looks interesting. So if let's just make sure we've got our telescope on hand. We'll have a quick look at that. Can we see what it is? Can't really work out what it is from here. Maybe we'll go and have a quick look, shall we? And then we'll come back. Let's just try and remember where we were. Or a good idea to like look at the map if you want to remember where you are. You can especially just plop a marker down. Oops. So we can press the button to put a marker like that. And what that actually does is it puts like this little laser beam like this. So you can see that from far away now, which is pretty cool. You can also press the marker button shown at the bottom there to just get this list up. Or you could put one of these down. So I might want to pop this guy down to say this is where I was exploring, to remind me to come back here. We're going to go up this road. And oh look, what's this thing that's revealed itself? Something interesting there. So we'll definitely go and check that out. And what I'll do is I'll put another marker there. Once we get a bit closer, that'll hopefully remind us that we saw that on the map. One final point there is you've got this. You can see we've got a compass at the top of the screen. So that's also showing us our things now. So we can even see the little green markers over there. The blue light is there, and then the other one that we put down is like way through. You can actually just see it shining through the trees if we walk. Yeah, there. So we'll come back to this in a sec. Let's just go up here and see what we find. So what is this? Interesting. Like that reflection's a bit funny, isn't it? What's causing that? I guess is it nighttime? Oh yeah, it is. Music's stopping. Oh, sorry lads. Scared those birds off. So this is just like a cool, creepy statue. Oh, we can interact with it. Nice. Before we do that, I've just thought another thing that's worth doing is like trying to keep your bearings as you explore. So not only have we put markers down to remember where we are, but we were just in that ruined church. That's one landmark. And then over there, that's where we came out not long ago. So that's quite a good landmark to just keep our general bearings. This weird statue of somebody holding someone. Just to help us keep our bearings. We've also got these big glowing trees. You've got the really big glowing tree. There's lots of cool landmarks. Lots of these ruins as well. Maybe we can find... Oh yeah, look. There's some glowing stones there. What are those? Might go and scoop some of those up. Actually, if we look over there, we can see some enemies. There's a guy wandering back and forth over there. Can't really see anything else. But let's have a look. What's this guy saying? Guide and gatekeeper for those returning to the roots. Oh. What's that? Okay. Oh, I had to press a face button to get rid of that message. But if we look on the map now, you can't quite see it because I'm in the way, I think. So he's pointing us in a direction, so maybe we'll go and scope that out. But that little blue line actually gets shown on the map there. You can just about see it here. So it does show as a reminder if we've left this place and forgotten about it, how to come back and do it. So why don't we just drop down? We'll go and have a look, shall we? What's in here? Oh, what's this? Trina's lily. That sounds like a cool item. Material used for crafting. Exceedingly rare to find. A light purple water lily that's on the verge of wilting. A symbol of faith in St. Trina. Dulls the senses, preventing agitation. Interesting. No idea what that's for. Let's keep going. What have we got here? Another earthly flower. Just coming this way because we saw some of those glowing things on here. What are these? Ruin fragments. We need those for crafting. Oh look, I can craft one of these. So let's go make ourselves... Oh, I did that a bit quickly. Damn. Never mind. Right. Those telling us how to summon other players. So we can use that remedy to reveal summon signs of other players. Gold signs will be allies. Red signs are adversaries. So, and what that means is in the multiplayer... Excuse me, you can, if you see a red sign as someone who wants to have a duel, you can summon them, fight them. But anyway, so that's cool. We'll look at multiplayer a little bit later. We'll go a little bit further before we start doing multiplayer, I think. We can craft one of these. So this is what I wanted to show, is this screen doesn't look like you can do much, but you move left or right with a D-pad to change OK or cancel, and then you can up and down to choose how many you're going to craft, and you can actually use LB and RB, look at the very bottom, to increase by quantities of 10 if you've got lots. So let's make a couple of these rainbow stones, just so we've got them. We can use those to test out falls if we find any. Should we demo it or no? We'll wait until we get to a fall that warrants it. There's some enemies here. Let's grab this other ruin fragment. I mean, these guys don't look like much of a threat. Maybe we'll just go and say hello, though. How you doing, lads? The other thing about the nighttime is the enemies can't really see you unless you're very close. Okay, how you doing? I always feel a bit bad for these guys. Look, he's just gone and hidden. He doesn't even want to fight, really. What about you? You look a bit more threatening. Yeah. I thought you were going to attack, but there we go. Oh, he dropped us a new item. I just skipped straight past it. Herb. Another crafting item. Very common medicinal plant found in thickets and elsewhere. Sweet. Oh, sorry. Feel a bit bad. They don't give us very many runes either, do they? Look. There he is, hiding in the bushes. 19! Sorry, lads, we're desperate for money at the moment, so... And you're easy kills. Oh, vanquishing enemy groups. So this is an interesting mechanic that... Essentially, when you find small groups of enemies around the map, well, let's just read what it says, shall we? Vanquishing an enemy group will replenish your flasks. The number and types of flasks to replenish varies depending on the enemy group. You cannot replenish more flasks than your current maximum. So it's a nice way of balancing out. So if you remember, when we sit at a grey site, it revives most of the enemies. The only enemies that don't revive are sort of named bosses, like where they have a health bar on the bottom of the screen. But if we go around and kill a group of enemies, we can refill our health drink and our magic replenishment drink without having to sit at a grey site, which is pretty cool. This thing's quite interesting. This guy's just like a little skull. Come here. Sometimes you find these, they're everywhere, but sometimes you find them like this and they glow up and they've got funny glowing eyes. If we smash it, which is quite tricky with a weapon, a good idea is to just roll through them. They drop a little golden rune for us, so that's quite nice. Look how nice that beam looks, very visible in the night time. So that thing was shining up this way, shining in a straight line in this direction. So there must be something here. It's getting a bit dark. Where's our torch? So you can equip your torch like... It's like this. It's not like a usable item. You have to equip it like your other stuff. That has put me onto heavy load. Just a little bit of a shame. So maybe we'll just take our halberd off for now. Just put us back to medium load. But now I can hold my torch and it lights up my surroundings. If I press my L button, I hold it up, get a bit more. And if I press my attack, you can see, no, sorry, my skill, you can see I've got torch attack. So we go like that with it, which is pretty cool. But here we go. This is what it was pointing to, I think. What have we got here? Oh. Stormfoot Catacombs. So this is essentially what I would call, I don't know if there's a proper name for it in the game, but this is what I would call a side location. So that shows on the map, it's got its own proper icon, it'll have its own grey sign. An example of, we can't fast travel out now. If we go a bit further towards the stairs, I think it would let us fast travel. Or do you have to go all the way outside? It looks like all the way outside because it's still crossed off, but that's fine. So this is a side dungeon. So what we'll do is we'll creep through here real quick. Trying to fit this to like an hour's recording session at a time. So hopefully we can get through this dungeon. And then we'll continue. So when you find someone like this, it's up to you whether you do it. They'll be varying in sizes. Some are really short, some are a bit longer. They usually have some treasure in to find or a boss. So we'll just creep our way around real slow, see what we can find. Usually there will be tricks and traps. I'm just using my clicking the stick here to, and look, I've identified straight away. He's blending in very nicely with the background there. There is a guy. So let's go and get him, shall we? Oh! And there was another one waiting for us in ambush. What a sneak. I'm going to just back off a little bit. Always worth in this game trying to fight things one at a time. So we'll use that guard counter on him. Instantly knocked him down, so that's very handy. Very handy indeed. This guy over here is throwing stuff at us. Quite annoying, but I'm grateful because it means they didn't gang up on us because he was too busy doing that. If we hide for a minute, is he going to give up? The enemy AI is not great in this game. You can sort of exploit it, and you know what? If you can hit an enemy through a wall or partially through a corner or something, do it. What are you going to do? Oh, let's see if we can get that. Okay, he's just backing off. Maybe he's got a different... Yeah, he's not... Oof! So, that meter that's appeared in the middle of the screen there that's ticking down, that's a status effect. A bit scary the first time you see one. But that was him. His weapon inflicts bleed, and that's what was happening there. It was just filling. If that bar gets to the top, we would get hit by the effect of bleed. I don't even know if it explains them anyway. Thinking about it, we can see that we've got status menu. Yeah, that's fine. Hang on. There's nothing that explains bleed. I think we'll have to wait and see if we get anything that explains it properly. But essentially, it's a status effect that once all the status effects work in basically the same way. Once a bar is full, something happens. Usually, you take a chunk of damage. The exception to that is like poison, you know, which is once that fills up, you then start to have a tick damage over time. But nothing to worry about right now. Let's see, what's this guy holding? Root resin. What the heck is root resin? Secreted from the roots of the great tree. Can also be found near trees on the surface. The roots of the great tree were once linked to those of the Erd tree, or so they say. Wait, so the great tree is not the Erd tree? And for this reason, the catacombs are built around great tree roots. Spooky. Sounds cool. Let's get our torch out quick, make sure it doesn't look like we've missed anything else. I mean, the pickups are really easy to see. The biggest thing you might miss is like a doorway or something accidentally, but I think we're good. We've searched this bit. What else have we got? Ominous looking doorway. Oh, look, there's another one of these summoning pools. That's cool. What's this? Oh, whoops. Drank my drink instead of picking up an item. It's one of those things where I've been playing another game where pickup is a different button. Very hard to reprogram sometimes. Grave Glove Ward 1. Oh, wrong screen. Let's have a look. Strengthen ashes to +1. So the art of strengthening ashes is known as spirit tuning. Only a spirit tuner may perform this deed. So we'll just say we don't know what that is for now. We did talk back in the intro that ashes are a thing that we get to use. We can summon spirits to help us at some point during the game. Not yet. But this door looks ominous. Locked by some contraption. Okay. So here's another one of these. We'll function. Make this one functional. When we get to the point where we demo some multiplayer, we'll see. So I'll be able to be summoned for this boss from now on if I use my summoning effigy. I don't think there's anything else here. It doesn't look like. Let's head down these stairs. Oh, I was just clicking my stick and we see there's an enemy waiting for us. Unfortunately, we don't have any good ranged options right now, so we just got to be careful of him. See if we can see anything else in here. Oh, there's another one. He made a noise. I think he's seen us. Let's creep in. Just look to see if we've got anything else. Anything waiting around the corner. Oh, God. We already had someone waiting behind a corner once for us. Okay. Let's let him come back with us. Come on, all the way up here. I don't want to fight on the stairs with strange collision. You just come up here, mate. Right. No messing around. Let's wait for that one attack. Guard counter him. Instant kill him. Job done. Right, so I think there's just... Oh, look, there's another one of those flowers there. In fact, what is that? Huh. I see you. There's another one of those guys waiting there. It's a bit of a shame you can't walk while you've got this enabled, but that's fine. So that guy has definitely seen us. See if we can just... He's going to throw at us. Okay, if we just stay down here, we should be fine. Don't think he can get us. What's this? Oh, hang on. Grave Violet. We'll have a look at you in a moment. So 4 hits to kill with the longsword. I wonder if it's worth trying the halberd for a bit, and we'll see if that's how that compares. What about this guy? Is he going to wake up? The one that's up there? Doesn't look like it. We'll ignore him for now. There is a tell, I don't know if you've noticed as you've been playing this game yourself, but the music generally changes into fight music when an enemy has seen you. So I think we're okay for now. Let's just carry on being careful. Big noise, oh my god. What is going on? Right. So right down the far end there. Wonder if we can see an enemy. Oh! Oh, accidentally spotted you. Hello. So he's waiting in ambush. I wonder if he'll chase us if we go this way. When are you gonna... I don't trust him. Oh, there we go, he's fallen. You. Okay, so that takes about 4 hits to kill one of those things too, but it's a lot slower. So I think we'll switch back to the longsword because it's a faster weapon. It means we've got less chance of them doing a fast attack and interrupting. But this thing is a challenge. This fire, from experience, I know will just kill us. I don't think we can even block it with a shield. I'm not going to chance it. We'll just wait. So what we're going to do is run when it finishes. Hopefully. Whoa. Oh, God. So we found a place to hide, so that's good. But now we've got another one giving us grief. I wonder if we can go further down here. They're going to breathe in a different direction? Doesn't look like. I think we're pretty safe. What's this? Prattling pate. Hello. Oh, we did have this flower. Material used for grafting. Oh, just grows in graveyards, right. Believed to be useful in calling forth spirits. Interesting. We've got more grave glove work. And then we got this thing. Twisted clay sculpture in the form of a voice that says hello. So these are some funny items you can use in multiplayer. So if we just equip one real quick, here we go. Let's get him on. And then if we select him, wait, it's fire to stop. Yeah, that's what that does. A bit silly, isn't it? But it's kind of funny as well. Right, well, we've got to go back now. But when I played this the first time, there was a nice online message here that said, try attacking. So we'll try attacking, and look what happens. Ah, gone in the floor. Gone in the floor. Wonder if there's a... Oh, God. Oh, did that count? Me jumping on it counted as hitting it. That was very interesting. I just wanted to check just in case there was anything up there. Like I tried to say at the beginning, we need to make sure we're being very diligent about looking for stuff in this game. Right. Another one of these. Let's go. Looks like we can go to the right. Oh, there's a ladder here. Should we go? Well, maybe we'll check this route. Wait. Was that an enemy? Maybe it was just... Do these skeletons clipper? Yeah, I must have kicked one of those or something. Freaked me out. I can see some of them stuck on the walls down there. Let's go and have a look what we've got. So maybe we'll get rid of that. So yeah, I can see 1, 2. Oh my goodness, they're everywhere. Can you see there's one on the floor right in front of us? And one there. Sneaky little buggers. So, in a situation like this, I wonder if we've got... Can we... Because I'll be frank with you. My experience knows that me versus 5 or 6 things is not going to go well. Because we can only really parry one at one at a time. So let's have a quick look to see. Do we have any sort of throwing item? Oh, we've got one of these and we crafted the others. Curses. But that's fine. We'll make do with what we've got. Let's try using the ruin fragment. See if we can tempt them down one at a time. Let's try you. Chuck this at him. Here he comes. If we got a few more beast bones, we could have crafted some, like throwing, like bone darts or something. They're also useful in a situation like this. This is okay. Let's see what we can get. If we can... Any of you going to notice? No? So this is the thing we haven't talked about yet. Your weapons hit in very specific directions. I don't know why it's not always pinging, but you can see I'm dinging the wall, which is a bit annoying, but my heavy attack is more of a stab. So hopefully We can get him like that without... Oh, God! Without waking the others up. Must be careful not to turn our backs on them. That's okay. Can we jump attack? Alright, I'm a little less worried now. There's only no more hidden anywhere. Doesn't look like. I think we just got these two left. So let's try... Oh, can't believe that I missed. Okay. Full charge attack. Made him instantly collapse, ready for a crit. What about you? Here he comes. Nice. Sweet. Down he goes. There we go. Music's chilling out again. Ghost Cloverwort some more. Oh, a smouldering butterfly. That's what we needed to make some firebombs. We've got enough to make one firebomb at the moment, it looks like. Oh no, we can make two. Two firepods. Let's go. We can try and use those. Oh yeah, we bought these holy pots. I didn't even look at those. We didn't even look at these meats. Let's have a quick look at those. So we bought the recipe for this meat. What does it do? Temporarily boost robustness, which helps mitigate the buildup of frost and blood loss. So we did talk about a bleed thing a minute ago. Invigorating white cured meat. So this is invigorated cured meat. Okay, it lasts longer than traditional cured meat, but we reduce effectiveness. Oh, interesting. So they use slightly different ingredients. Look at these different things we need. Golden roe, a strip of flesh, crab eggs, land octopus ovary. Found by hunting land octopus. It's grim. But okay. Oh, sorry. Wait. We had other things, didn't we? Holy pot, mushroom. So mushroom is a common ingredient for pots, it looks like. And then we need tarnished golden sunflower, found near minor Erd trees. Interesting. So I'm guessing the Erd tree is the big golden tree in the middle, and then the minor Erd trees will be the sort of smaller glowing trees we've seen around. But cool. Bone darts. So sad we can't make any of those. Got the roped pots. We've got some arrows. And a glowstone. Wow, found in and around the Eternal City for the Dukist Herber. Sorry. Cripes. Anyway, let's keep going. I think that's all there is for this one. There's nothing... Again, we could like ride this up. But I don't think that we're going to find anything. Always worth checking out though. Always worth checking out. Okay. Back to here. Up the ladder. We are getting a little bit low on health. Enemy. Oh. Hello. Another enemy. They love an ambush in this game. I think that's what this place is designed to teach. We had one right at the start. Alright, so we teach that guy a lesson. Come on then. Grave Glovewort again. Nice. Alright, another one down. Lovely. So hang on, what's over here? Some steps. Oh, a dead guy. Oh wait, this is the way we came. So this is the way we came in earlier on. This platform here is where... So that means, if my memory serves, there is a guy stood right underneath us here. So we'll make sure we get him in a second. I don't want to drop down just yet because we want to see what's down this way here. But we'll go and have a look. So it looks like, you know, we haven't looked. There was this sort of balcony area just below us. So we'll give that a check out in a minute. Let's have a look what's down here. I heard a noise. I can see him. Oh, another guy just throwing darts. You know there's going to be an ambush here as well, right? I heard a noise from the right. There he is. Thought I heard something. Get that shield up to block these darts. One thing we haven't talked about actually is you can actually do guard counters from darts. And see if we can get him to throw some more. So that still works as long as you're close enough for the attack to reach. It can be quite a good strat because they'll be stuck doing a really slow animation. There we go. We got that. Nice one. More Grave Glovewort. We've got a lot of Grave Glovewort. Starting to feel like, is this the place to find Grave Glovewort? Does it say something like that? White flower that blooms in catacombs. So yeah. We want Grateful Fort. Catacombs are the place to come. Although I think these ones are one-off items. They don't come back like the other flowers. Because they're like an upgrade material. Oh, summoning spirits. With a spirit calling bell, you can use ashes to summon various spirits. Summoning typically consumes FP. You can only summon one type of spirit at a time. You cannot summon during multiplayer. Now, when I first started playing this confused me because I wasn't sure how you actually used these things. But it did just tell us that we needed a spirit calling bell. But I do not have one just yet. So I've tried equipping it, let's see. So yeah, I'll just do a weird little, I don't know what to do animation, because we don't know what to do. But let's have a look at the item itself. Summons 5 wandering noble spirits. Ashes remain in which spirits, ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon the spirits of 5 wandering nobles. The spirits of nobles who, after death, now wander the lands between. Surely they were in search of something once, but whatever it was has long been forgotten. And you can see from the picture there, those are the guys we've seen out and about, just carrying their torches that we pestered and murdered on the way in. Oh, hang on. I'm getting a bit dry-mouthed. Okay. Let's carefully drop down here, because if we drop in the wrong place, I think... Oh, look, there's... Oh! You can see there's a switch there, actually. So we could drop off here, but we've got to be careful that we don't fall all the way back down to the bottom and have to run all the way around, so... Down we go. What have we got here? Here's a switch. Somewhere, a heavy door is opened. Another one of these. Oh, whoa! I almost forgot about you, but just saw you moving. We got him. Right, that was lucky. We've taken him out. No worries. Let's hop down here. So somewhere a heavy door is opened. And I don't know about you, but I think that's the door right back at the beginning. Yes, and we're here already. So let's just take stock. We've only got one heal and one cerulean flask of tears. So I think because if we go down here, you'll see it's one of these doors again. You remembered what happened when we went through a door like this before. So why don't we just do a real quick recce back to the site of grace, which is just at the top of these stairs, not very far. Sit down, fill our stuff back up, and we'll go and see what happens. I didn't even talk to that ghost at the beginning, did I? I missed out on a vital piece of lore there. Let's have a look. Hello, sir. How are you? A proper death means returning to the Erd tree. Look at little mushrooms growing next to him. Have patience until the time comes and the roots call to you. Interesting. He's just saying the same thing again. Okay, fine. As you can see, if we look up in front of us, that guy's back. We're just going to ignore him now, though. We've dealt with the enemies in this place. We don't need to explore it again. Like ever, if we don't want. All the enemies will be back. Look, he's back. We'll just ignore him, though, because we don't need to go that way anymore. Lovely. So that's what the sort of resting mechanic's about, is like figuring out your own way of like choosing when it's a good time to go and restore your stuff to carry on exploring. But right, let's have a look what waits for us in here. Okay, Erdtree Burial Watchdog. This guy looks a little bit intimidating. Let's just take our time, see what he can do. Oh, hello, that was quite a fast attack. What else can he do? Okay. Okay. Oh, man. Wowzers, look at that stamina drain. Right, we'll get some space to get our stamina back. One thing we didn't talk about yet is if you keep your shield held up, your stamina fills up a lot more slowly. Look how slowly it's filling. We take a hit again. Can you hit me, please? Oh. While I'm holding my shield up, please. Does this work? But yeah, if I put my shield down, it fills up a lot faster than if I hold it. Okay, some fire breathing attack. That's quite scary as well. Alright, so now we'll just try getting some guard parries in. Ooh. Oof. Bad timing on that one. Let's get some distance. We'll do a little heal. See what else we can do. Okay, this attack. Wow, we want to stop dodging, blocking that one. We'll start rolling it instead. Just to avoid the damage. What else can we do? Okay, we might be able to counter this one. Charge attack. Oh god, run out of stamina again. See if we can get another. Oof. Okay, we got one. So you can see here already, this guy's got attacks that it's not a good idea to just immediately do a guard counter on. So we'll just take our time again, try and wait for the ends. This one's a bit of a tricky one. He's going to do it again. And again. We could probably get in a quick jump attack in between those. Oof. Or not. Oh, damn, do you see that? Oh, I was hoping we'd get a guard counter, but he's really stomping our stamina. So I think we might have to try a different tactic. Oof. Let's see if we can start doing jump attacks. We'll try avoiding the attacks and then get some jumps in. See if we can trigger, or charge attacks even. That one's quite an easy one. Oof, that was a lucky roll just in time. Oh yes, he's down. Let's get him. Okay, not bad. Not bad. It was a little bit tight. We'd run out of health, but we did okay. We got some new ashes for it. Interesting, interesting. But that's good. Right. So we beat our first boss there. I think the main lessons we got from that one is we don't always get a chance to guard counter. He either takes too much stamina off of us, or he was doing too many attacks too quickly that we couldn't land our guard counter in time, and then our attacks weren't even stopping him from moving. You know, like those other enemies we fought, our hits interrupt them, and he was just soaking it up like it was nothing. So we got to pick and choose when to do guard counters. So against this guy, definitely felt like a better idea to just sort of roll out of the way, do some jump attacks. And he had a couple of moves that left him really vulnerable that we could have used to do a big charge attack. Doof. So we only took a few of those and we got those chances to do the big crit on him. Yeah, good stuff. So we finished this dungeon now. There's nothing else for us to find here. I don't think. So I think we're all good. This little light appears for us in dungeons. It's quite useful. It returns us to the entrance. The only thing I'll tell you about this is that when you use this thing, it does warp us back to the entrance. It revives all the enemies as well. So it acts like sitting at the grey site, except you'll notice we still don't have any flasks. And our health is still not full. So we do need to make sure we go and sit at the site of grace to just fill all of our stuff back up. Got quite a good amount of runes for that though, 2,500. Very nice. I don't think there's anything more we wanted to buy at Carly just yet. But yeah, that'll do for now. I'm going to just take a quick break on the recording front again, and we'll resume very shortly.